we'll talk about tsunami. The occurrences of tsunami is only because of earthquakes in inside the ocean. But only earthquakes inside the oceans are not the responsible causes for the tsunami. It could be the volcanism inside the ocean, it could be the landslide inside the ocean. But multiple times we see that because of the earthquake, there are chances of tsunami more. So, what is tsunami? What is tsunami? Tsunami is basically your harbor wave, but it is also known as killer wave. Because of the earthquake, the water of ocean is displaced, and because of the energy released, and higher the amount of energy released, more will be the upliftment of water in both the directions, upside and downside, and hence water will behave like a wave, and that wave will reach to the coast, and that wave could have the height about 30 meters. That is why it destroy everything which come inside its path, and that is why it is known as killer wave. But we'll see the mechanism of tsunami. For example, the earthquake occurs here, the amount of energy released is here. Because of the amount of energy released, the water was stable earlier. Matlab, means almost stable. The water was stable, water of ocean was stable. As the energy was released, the water was having some energy. This energy is basically the is this energy is basically used for the formation of wave inside the water. Like the wave travel in this manner. This is the manner in which the wave behaved, in which the water behaved. This is the deep ocean. This is your shallow or the coast. At the deep ocean, the amount of energy released is high, and amount of energy released is very near to that amount of water. The velocity, the velocity is also high. The speed at which the water is flowing, it is very high, because more amount of energy is released near to that amount of water. As it move towards the coast, the velocity decreases, means the speed of the water is less here, because energy dissipates itself. Here the energy is in the form of kinetic energy, more amount of kinetic energy is there. But as the energy travel to the coast area, the amount of water decreases, the amount of water decreases, and hence it converted into potential energy. And as less amount of water is present here to get carried away with the kinetic energy, and hence less water and higher height. At this area, kinetic energy is high. That means the water is flowing in horizontal direction. And height less height tells us that the amplitude of the wave is less, because the mass of water is so high that more amount of water could not be lift up, it could not be lift in upward direction. So the height is less. But as we move towards the coast, the amount of water decreases, but the energy is still there. So that energy is transformed into potential energy, and the height of the wave increases. So here also the amplitude or the height is more. Because of all these reasons, we could not find, uh, we could not expect that tsunami is there, because in the deep ocean, as the height is less, as the amplitude of the wave is less, we cannot we cannot predict that there will be tsunami. Because if more amount of height of wave is there, there could be the chances that these are the tsunami waves. But the normal ocean waves and the tsunami waves both have same kind of amplitude in the deep ocean, so we predict less that these are the tsunami waves. But still, after earthquake, we have 15 to 20 minutes that this water, this energy will reach to the coast. So tsunami is fairly predictable in nature, earthquake is not. So only we have 15 to 20 minutes, and that is nothing. That is nothing for making people aware that they should leave that area. So this is the tsunami. Also, let us talk about this. This is the this is how the tsunami wave travel. This is how the tsunami wave travel. This is the this is the crest of the wave. This is the trough of the wave. You'll notice something that as the as the wave is traveling, as the water is traveling, this water is actually not going into this direction. This water will remain there. With the wave, only particles move. Only particles move upward and downward and in circular movement, and not the particles into and not particles go with the wave. For example, let us see one GIF. This is this is the wave. Notice the particle. Particle is moving in circular motion as the as the energy is moving further. This particle is not going with the wave. This particle remains here. It flows, it travel into only the circular movement. Only the energy is moving to the further direction. Means energy means the energy is for this water, energy is for this water, energy is for this water. This energy is being traveled to the to water, to ultimately to water, and to ultimately water. Here is more amount of kinetic energy because it is responsible for the horizontal movement of water. Here there are more potential energy because here amount of water is less and water can be lifted in upward direction. So this is the tsunami waves. This is a tsunami wave. This is the crest of the wave. This is the trough of the wave. So I think that is clear that how the wave travels and how the particle travels with the wave. You can also see in this GIF that with the energy transfer, with the movement of energy from one direction to another direction, the particle move only in circular motion and not go with the wave. If the particle would have been moving with the wave, the ships in the ocean would have gone with the wave. It only pushing some, it is only giving some force for the movement to ship, but it is not actually moving with the wave. It is only moving in this manner, the crest and the trough, the crest and the trough. So when this amount of water reaches to the coast, it creates havoc, and because of that, more amount of flood is there. Like this. From this, the energy was released, the water jumped into that direction, and ultimately it reaches to the coast and flood is there. One more important point is there that sometimes the water is traveling in the form of wave. Sometimes the trough reaches first at the coast, and sometimes crest reaches first at the coast. If the crest of the wave reaches first at the coast, there would be common floods like tsunami is coming. But when trough when trough reaches the coast at first, there would be some like this. There would be like this. This is water. If trough reaches to the coast first some amount of water will be pulled away to the ocean, and this whole area will be devoid of water. Will be devoid of water like this. Like this area is devoid of water because the trough of the wave travels first to the coast. And because of this, multiple people are at the coast, and there would be no sign of tsunami. And if some amount of water is getting pulled away to the ocean, many people went towards the ocean and to find out that why it was so. So because of that, the after some 2 or 3 minutes, the crest of the wave will come, and ultimately the whole people and the whole buildings and the whole tourist spots will be flooded away. So if there is any pulling of water towards the ocean, never go towards the ocean, always move towards your house, because there is the chance of tsunami. There is the prediction of tsunami. There could be the possibility of tsunami coming there. So these are the crest and these are the trough. Multiple crest would be there, then trough would be there, then crest would be there, then trough would be there. Ultimately, as the energy is released, is not dissipated in not dissipated wholly. So that is the tsunami. This GIF is clear to us. This is the amplitude of the wave in the deep ocean. This is amplitude of the wave in the at the coast area. This could be around 30 meter. This is called wave shoaling. It is just like the it is just like the wall of the water. It's like just like the wall of the water. This is called wave shoaling, that you are seeing only water. There is no ocean visible to you. So this is the wave shoaling. Also, there are multiple consequences of tsunami as well. For example, the soil is becoming too much of saline and will be less fertile for the agriculture. Also, the flood, the second consequence of tsunami. So, these are two geological phenomena. We'll discuss geological hotspot, geysers, hot spring, and volcanoes in the next lecture.